The Bitcoin market makers are preparing to make a huge movement. Loads of people will suffer once again. What are the probabilities that the price action will look like this? You will find out in this video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Samo from My Crypto Paradise. So after I have predicted that we will dump from here for 8% in the previous video, I told you to be careful with your short positions because we are going to pump from this support right here. And as you can see, we are doing exactly that right now. Bitcoin is up for around 3%. And what's the next movement? In this video, we will exactly be talking about what is the next, the highest probability price action on Bitcoin. So we will go through some important data once again, so settle back and let's get into it. Right now we are taking a look at Bitcoin on a 4-hour time frame, and I will explain to you why I believe that we will have this squeeze higher of short positions before we will continue lower. So right now let's analyze who created this upward movement. Was it some smart money or was it actually some dump money? So for that we will take a look at few data. Firstly, let's do the basics, right? So let's go through the oscillators. We can see right here stochastic RSI. We can see that the momentum is really exceeding the current price action, because as you can see, the stochastic RSI is making equal highs. However, the price action is creating actually a lower high. As you can see, this is the previous high on stochastic RSI. Right now we are creating an equal high. However, the price action fails to create a higher high. We have not been even able to go above this high, right? While the stochastic RSI is again in overbought zone right now and making equal high. So what does it mean? It means the momentum is there. However, it's not a real buying volume. So who is creating the buying pressure? And is it on futures or is it on a spot market? Is it a spot buying or is it actually borrowed money from exchanges? And is this upward momentum created by futures? Overleveraged long positions? Well, is the second one, right? So let's confirm that on our other oscillators as well. Right now we are looking at RSI indicator, the most classic one. You should be using this one on a daily basis if you want to be trading professionally. As you can see, the RSI, this was the previous high on an RSI indicator, and you can see right now we are making higher high. However, the price action, voila, making lower high, right? So the momentum is there. However, the price action of Bitcoin fails to follow. That means loads of people are buying, but it is not a real buying pressure created by some smart money on spot exchanges, right? The same we can confirm on the histogram of our MACD indicator. You can see the momentum is there and it's actually exceeding the momentum we have created right here. So we also are making a higher high. Let me draw it like this. However, the price action fails to create higher high and actually making lower high. Let's take a look at the volume as well. Right here at the bottom, you can see the volume is actually non-existent. Can you see the volume right here? This line, this blue line, is moving average of the volume from the past few weeks, and as you can see, the volume on this upward momentum is actually decreasing. Can you see that? Once again, that confirms that this buying pressure is not created by some smart money. And what does it mean for you as a professional trader? It means that this price action higher is not very likely to continue, right? So if somebody is calling for a reversal right here from the current price action, the current technical analysis just says no. But also because we are looking at our funding rates, we can understand that some people are actually shorting altcoins, right? You can see the negative funding rates. That means we are having some over-leveraged short positions still open from the time where loads of people were panic selling right here at the bottom. So it means that the stop losses of these people are gonna be a little bit higher, right? At this zone somewhere. Not on Bitcoin, but on altcoins, right? But we are using Bitcoin as the main asset to analyze, and based on that, we analyze the other asset when we trade in Paradise and VIP altcoins. But the Bitcoin is always the king. If you understand the price action and the next main direction of Bitcoin, you are gonna be much better altcoin trader as well, all right? So we can see that the Bitcoin funding creates some exchanges have a positive funding, but Binance still the most used exchange where most of the futures trading is happening is still in a neutral, slightly negative, right? What does it mean? It means that we should squeeze these short positions, as I already told you in the previous video. If you have seen this previous video from like 2 days ago, you exactly know what I'm talking about. We need to squeeze the short positions in order to be able to move the market lower again, right? I exactly told you in the previous video why the whales need to make it like this, so go watch it if you have not watched it yet. So how far can we go? How far can we go to the upside to liquidate these short positions? We still are having this level, $63,500, as our main interest zone. You know that we are short from here. However, if we will go here, right here, and then we will get the confirmation of the bearish divergences getting stronger and other market data that we are really about to move down, we will increase our portfolio short exposure in Paradise VIP, because our strategy is right now bearish, and any opportunity the market gives us, we will approach as a bears. So definitely I believe that loads of short positions will be liquidated once we hit this level, but we can actually go a little bit further to $64,900, and I will explain to you why. Before that, let's take a look at USDT dominance. As you remember from the previous video, I have shared with you that we are going to reject from this resistance, and voila, take a look at what's happening. It's rejecting, and as you can understand from my explanations from earlier, when the USDT dominance is decreasing, the money is flowing from USDT, from the stable coins, into altcoins, right? And when the USDT is going to the upside, that means that the money from altcoins and Bitcoin are flowing back to USDT coins, right? That means somebody is taking profit, and you need to really watch these kind of small nuances to understand when somebody big, somebody important, who understand what's gonna happen next, has some insider information, what they are doing, all right? So then that's exactly the reason why we have been able to predict from here that we are going to go to the upside, from here that we are going to go to the downside, right? And that's why in Paradise VIP, then we can really enter only at the highest probability trades and keep being long-term profitable. Right now, let's analyze the USDT dominance price action that will actually also confirm for us the probabilities that the Bitcoin is really need to reject a little bit lower. We still predict the $44,000 that it's going to happen. Here we can analyze the price action of USDT dominance index that will support that idea and will increase the probabilities of that happening. So let's calculate the price action thanks to using Fibonacci levels and Elliott wave theory. So as you can see right here, that was our bottom, our reversal. That's exactly what I've been telling you 4 to 5 days ago, right? There was loads of confluences from the terms of past price action, support levels, this trend line, etc., right? So right now we are bullish on USDT dominance. That's why I believe this was a profit taking of the smart people. Right now this is also our A wave. We believe we are going to go a little bit lower as a B wave. Little bit lower means some pumping in the market that will help us to get that squeeze higher, right? This is also 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level from this A wave. As you can see, I've put one pin right here at the local top, the second one at the bottom. That created a nice support zone for us, so we can expect that the USDT dominance will dump a little bit lower, retest this demand zone, bang, and we are going higher. For the C wave, the C wave is the most impulsive one. It's often also the largest one. Then we will have the D wave, which we are right now experiencing on Bitcoin on a weekly time frame. That's also confirming our idea that before $93,000 we need to complete this D wave, and then we will have the final E wave. As you know, from a long-term perspective, we have been buying and telling you to buy Bitcoin right here at around $19,000. Right now from here we have turned on our bearish strategy in Paradise VIP, and we are approaching the market absolutely differently. So this is going to be also the D wave on USDT dominance index, and then we will have the final E wave right here towards our 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level, which is something around 7.2% dominance of USDT in the market. So this obviously can change, right? But the probabilities for this happening like this right now is extremely high, and we're gonna be approaching the market based on this data. This is just confirming our Bitcoin bearish bias. And because the USDT dominance seems to have this future price action like this, it's just confirming the price action we analyze on the crypto market, right? On altcoins and Bitcoin. Let's shift towards one daily time frame on Bitcoin. You remember this rise in wedge pattern, ABC formation, which is a corrective movement. That's why the likelihood of breaking to the downside was extremely high. That's why we have been calling the top right here, and we have done for 8, almost 9% since then. But look at this, look at the previous price action in this market structure right here. It always goes in ABC, and the Bitcoin cannot move nowhere basically, right? We are still having these ABC formations, ABC to the upside, ABC to the downside. So for the resolution, we finally need to have a 5 impulsive moves to the downside. And because this is a bearish trend, we understand that the resolution movement needs to be in a 5 waves, right? So then it will make a possible right here at probably $44,000 for us to have this reversal and continue in our ultra high time frame perspective towards that $93,000 where the ultra high time frame cycle will end, right? So let me show you what I mean by the 5 moves to the downside. That's gonna be within trend, so it needs to be in 5 moves finally to resolute this boring price action where loads of people, loads of inexperienced traders who doesn't have any strategy, doesn't have any profitable methodology in trading are actually losing loads of people. Loads of people are frustrated right here. That's why you need to play it very, very smart at these levels, ladies and gentlemen. So the 5 moves, alright? So right now we are most likely creating the A wave. Oh, sorry, let me check the brush right here. A wave, that was the finish, right? Right now we are about to create a B wave that will either finish at $63,500 or we can even go higher to $64,900. Then we will create a C wave that is going to be the most impulsive one and the largest one, D wave, and the final E wave. And it should look something like this, right? So the opposite is on USDT dominance. The C wave needs to be the largest one, right? The C wave needs to be the largest one, and it seems like it will be working good if it's gonna happen like this. The C wave should probably end right here at a previous low, something like that, you see right here. Then we will have a little bit of a pullback. We will respect this previous support into a resistance and we will continue lower. So this is the Elliott wave on Bitcoin on a daily time frame. That's just adding probabilities that this bearish bias on a higher time frame is really gonna happen. Right now let's check the liquidity. The current liquidity seems like that we are analyzing the market correctly, because as you can see there are still some overleveraged short positions above us. So what I still believe that very high probability is that the whales will liquidate it to $63,500. This is the most liquidity pool cluster. Above it towards $64,900 there is not much of it anymore, right? So definitely once we get the squeeze we will be increasing our short position exposure in Paradise Family VIP after some further confirmations. Obviously never trade without any confirmation, never trade without having the probabilities on your side. That is very important for your long-term profitability. But the plan right now is that any squeeze of these shorts is just gonna be opportunity for us to increase our short positions in expectations to go lower. I want to show you one more pattern, that is cap and handle pattern, that will just support the idea that we need to pump a little bit higher to liquidate these short positions. Right now we are on a 1 hour time frame, and let's take a look at Bitcoin. All right, what is the formation? It is very visible, very nicely visible. We are creating a cap and handle pattern, right? Right now we are trading at its resistance. As you can see, this is a textbook example, and if this pattern is going to be successful in its break into the upside, we can calculate the target based on taking the depth of this cap, putting it to the breakout point, which is right here, and as you can see it works with that $64,900. This is a low probability movement just because the liquidity is just not there. As you can see, this is the empty stop towards like $64,900, but because we are smart traders, we will definitely, if we will be placing more short positions once we start getting the squeeze higher, all the stop losses needs to be above this level, right? Above this level, well, the stop losses should be safe, but it is a low probability that we will go there. So the higher probability is something like this, right? The lower probability, but still possible, you need to count it in your trading strategy, is something like this, right? What is a very low probability is that we will go right here, consolidate a little bit, break the resistance, turn it into support and continue higher. That is very low probability at this point, but again, anything can happen and you can just win long term in this market if you are using proper money management and proper trading strategy. But right now, you know exactly the probabilities for the next highest possible movement in Bitcoin. I will be updating you again on Tuesday, so I will see you then. Thank you so much for watching. I really believe this is helpful to you. I really want to make and turn as much gamblers into professional traders in this market because it is very needed, based on looking at what's happening on social media, how people just want to get rich quick all the time and as a result to it lose all their money. We don't want that to happen to you. Alright, so I will see you next time. It will be on Tuesday. Cheers.